Good morning, happy Tuesday. Coming to you from Kathy Cermak's education office. I'm borrowing it today. I'm going to show you some of our new standard equipment on our desk. Clorox wipes. We are talking about how to open up, and I can't wait to be able to see you. Today's video, however, is going to talk about tints, tones, and shades. All right, and you're going like, well, what is that? Well, a tint is when you add white to a color. So when you want a pink, you can add white to red and get a pink, and that is a tint. When you add black to a color, you get a shade. So you can start with red and you add black and you get kind of a maroon. And then when you want a tone, you mix the black and the white together and you get a gray. And when you mix that with a color, you get a tone. So when you go to the store and you see the section called jewel tones, that's color with gray. Let's get started. All right, yesterday we started out with the color wheel, and we started out with our primary colors and our secondary colors, and when we mixed a primary with its secondary, we got an intermediate. Now we're going to take these colors and we're going to add them to what's called neutrals. Neutrals are made as far as with white and black, and when you mix them together you get a gray. They can be added to any of the colors to make a variety of different tints, tones, and shades. So we're going to start with just a color, and we'll start with blue, and we're going to do blue out a little bit on either side. Then we're going to add some white to one end and some black to the other. All right, so when we take our blue, get a lot of that off, and just have a little bit of blue, and we mix it with white, we get a really light sky blue. And as you mix this up and down, you can see the different variations that you get with your white and your blue. If you get too much paint, just take a paper towel and kind of wipe it off a little bit. And you can blend your blue down into the white. So there's not just one tint, there's a whole bunch of different kinds of tints. So then we can take that black, it doesn't take very much at all, and to mix with our blue. Blue's kind of dried out a little bit on this side. One of the things when you're working with acrylic paint, you got to work fairly fast because it does tend to dry. And you can see the different variations going up into the blue from the black. All right, so we have tints and shades. Now we're going to mix a little gray with this blue and see what it looks like. And you get a really pretty tone when you mix gray with that same color. So you have a tint, tone, and shade of blue. All right, let's try it with a different color. All right, so we're gonna try yellow. Now, I know that we made green with yellow and blue, but you can make an olive green with yellow and black. So it depends on what kind of green that you need. All right, so we're gonna put some little bit of black down here again. And we're going to put some white at this end. I got my white into the black, that's good. All right. And we're going to blend this together. So you're going to have real pale yellow. Just by blending it together. You can see how that goes from the light to the dark. Now you can take this black and mix it with your yellow. And you get kind of an olive green. Got to wash out my brush there, sorry. And let's mix it with a little bit of gray and see what kind of color you get when you mix gray and yellow. And so there is a yellow tone. All right, we're gonna do one more. All right, we're going to do the last of the primary colors. We're gonna do red. We're gonna do the same thing we did before. We're gonna take some red, mix it out this way, mix it out that way, just so you can kind of see. Then we're going to take a little bit of black, mix it into our red, and a little bit of white on the other end. And you can see that variation when you start adding it. This is where you get these really, if you want a light pink or a dark pink, you can mix it with your white to get different tints of red. So you got from your light to your dark, and your tints get darker. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit with the black. And mix it with the red. Sometimes black gets so much because it is such a heavy pigment. You have to wash out your brush so you don't have as much black on your brush because it will take over things really easy. Let's add a little bit more red. So this is where sometimes you get the what color that Crayola colors maroon. See maroon's kind of in there. All right, so now we have our light to dark. So this is our tint and our tone. And now we're going to add some gray. Oh, excuse me, tint and shade. Did anybody catch that I made a mistake there? All right, so when you add white to a color, you get a tint. When you add black to a color, you get a shade. And when you add gray to a color, you get a tone. So this will be a red tone. And we're mixing gray and red. Now, tomorrow we're going to do intensities. So from that color wheel, we have our basic 12 colors, which we started out with, our basic 12 colors. And this is the color wheel, but when you add white and black, you get tints and tones. But when you add colors that are across the color wheel from each other, you get intensities. And so we'll talk about how you can have the 100% intensity and how you can lessen intensity. Have a great Tuesday afternoon. Don't forget your newest in desk accessories. Don't forget to wash your hands. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.